Busy boy the last couple of days. Actually, last night into the early morning and this afternoon, I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to get the intros done for the barbarians and the church group. I keep calling it church group, and it cracks me every single time. But they are the group that is a part of the high church, so it makes sense to me. Um, and I always want to get those intros done was just because eventually I wanted some more event scripting practice. And so let me get over to Isis home here because the first time I tried doing an actual like event where people move and talk and there's interactions, it's still a bit stiff because I haven't gone back and tried anything again. But there really isn't much that needs to happen there. Was over at Ryla's farm, the intro for Union. You can see that we got a copy of Ryla here, we got a copy of Ryla there, we have 3 event pieces here for some reason. We have a camel. It's called Donkey. I believe the blank character I have to trigger events when jumping from scenes is not here anymore because I had to move it to go test other areas. But see, this is a little more complicated because I didn't quite understand like how event scripting really worked. So I had to do a lot of duct taping and things to make it work the way I wanted. It works. It works. Just don't do anything to stress test it because you will notice a glitch. So when I went to go do the barbarians next, I really wanted to hopefully simplify the process. We can see here it already looks a lot neater. We got Isa hanging out here, we got her dad hanging out here, we got her mom hanging out here, and then we have Geiga over here. Ignore the fireplace. I just wanted that fire decal in there, make it look like a home. So, like I said, it actually was a lot of it came down to really just scripting everything onto one page, which I was worried it would become a mess and hard to follow, but actually it plays like a script, of like a movie or a TV show. And you see, there's a lot of dialogue in here and things, and this one is actually done. So I'm just gonna shut up and just let it play. Before I do that, I have to move the starting location for the blank character. So you see, over here I got blank, literally just an actor that doesn't actually exist. So I can use this to move around to places to test starting position, especially if there's events that activate on auto run. They just happen the moment like you are on that screen, and the actors are already in specific positions. This has been working out great for me using this as a trigger. But first, like I said, I got to move him or her. So anyway, we have it set an Aura's intro. We can move that nice and easy. So we just go over to Isa's home. And we just pick a random square. It doesn't even matter where, just somewhere. And we hit OK. And then when we hit play test, it should start off in Isa's home. It should immediately trigger the event. And I'm just going to shut up and let this play out. There's still some editing that needs to be done, a little bit of script writing, but for the most part, again, the point I'm trying to make with these characters is made, and I can just move on to the next part. So I'm shut up and let this play out. Try not to breathe into the microphone too much. Okay, and go. Well, I also got to hit new game and everything, but... See, already a typo here. I guess. So then I kicked in the balls. Very Englishy. So we're just gonna pretend that's not there, and that I totally fixed that. But I was gonna. Now I got control over the character. We can go outside. Everything works fine. Like I said, this is what I guess I could say is the more serious side of my little show starts. I thought I changed these so you couldn't. They'd block your path. And the water tiles. Sorry, it just cracks me up. I thought I changed that and these two. Oh man, that's that's funny. We're at the mountains, so you can't just walk over those. That's good. When we go back to Isa's home, everyone goes back to their city. They can't say anything if you touch. I haven't gotten that far yet, but there were typos. There was some serious Englishness going on there, and some other issues. But otherwise, it makes the point. It says what's going on, the character motivations, etc., etc. Not gonna get into every detail at the moment, but it works. I'm pretty proud and happy about it right now. And the thing is, it took me, it took me like 3 hours to do all that, which I think is pretty darn good. There was a big rewrite I had to go through, so that added like an hour. And I have to fix some of that, that misspelling right off the bat. I couldn't believe it. I've watched that intro about 7 times now, and I just noticed I'm missing an H. It's like the first line too. So then I kicked in the ball. English is my first and only language, right? Like, oh my god, no, I didn't plug in my keyboard yet. Yeah, so I just forgot the him part. Even though really it shouldn't be him because there aren't many guys left. But I guess she could have been on some kind of like a man hunting mission or something. So then I kicked him in the balls. There we go. That's how the words work. And there was another one. Besides like some typos and misspellings, there was something else that was like clearly incorrect. Now I just can't remember what it was. Yeah. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. I'll have to just watch it and we'll get that fixed. Give it a quick save here. And so this is PMP. Okay. You notice that I'm not saving on the first one right now. I do that after I've tested everything thoroughly and everything still functions, and I haven't done that in a while. Everything should still work, but I keep that file because, like, I know for a fact, functionally, everything still worked. So just in case for some reason something else I changed screws everything up. Oh, excuse me, you can't hear that over the microphone. That would be funny, but maybe a little humiliating. Okay, so now we're gonna go to go to system, change the starting location of our blank actor to Aura's intro. And this one, Aura's intro took only like 2 hours, which it doesn't have as much dialogue as a lot of the as the barbarian intro, Isa's introduction. Where is the cursor? Okay, there it is. But it has a lot more movement compared to other ones going on. There's like a lot of things happening. There's a cat on my shoulder right now, so this one took a little bit longer in order to just try to figure out like where actors are going to be, how they're going to move around. I wanted to be fancy and actually like do some other things. So I'll just go ahead and play this. And again, once I get the new game on, I'll shut up and let it play out. So that's it. This one isn't done yet. I'm not giving control over to Aura, so it's just going to loop infinitely. Except only kind of, because there's going to be a problem with where the sprites are. So this one's, as you can see, it's much shorter than the other ones, but I still think it gets the point across. It doesn't need to be like some super duper long extended thing. Also, pretty much Aura is going to go. I'm thinking that from here, Aura is just going to basically teleport directly to, where Mina and Nina are, and then we're going to introduce them. So there'll be all the dialogue will all happen in 2 scenes. Same thing with Isa. So from here, you're going to be like controlling Isa, and you're going to in Barbaros here. Then you're going to go to Hilltop, which is like their main town. It doesn't look like it's on a hill, but it is. So somewhere in here is Melena. So then you go here, and you meet up with the characters, then you'll take off. Because honestly, like it's like I like to imagine like things are sort of like from the primary character's perspective. So like Ryla's a buffoon. She's not an idiot, but she's just very simple, basic, straightforward. So like when this adventure comes, her only motivation is she needs money. She doesn't even care what it is. She's got nothing else going on. Her farm is dead. I mean, she's so bad at farming that she is killing all the plant life around her farm. She's making a barren wasteland through her farming efforts. Oh, I need to change the sprite actually. I found out there's a there's a farm that's like dilapidated. There it is. Let's really make sure we got the character of Ryla here. Yeah, that's nice. That's a good touch. That's what it needs. I love her. I think Ryla's my favorite character overall. It's she's just good. I like her, and I like all my characters. I always say I made them. They're like my children. So they mean a lot to me. But Isa I like because she has very powerful motivations for the way that she is. And I like Aura too a lot, even though she's supposed to be like a stone cold bitch. So I'm really getting very excited, especially because, like I said, this whole thing here only took like 2 hours or less to script everything. That includes making the street, which didn't take very long. Putting all the actors down, writing everything out, getting everyone to move. The only real issue I got into is I thought these red things were like roof tiles, so like characters could be underneath them. It turns out that's either it is the case, but there's some other step I need to take to make them like a roof tile so that character models go underneath them, or they're not. Because what's happening is, like, obviously when these 2 actors over here, the husband and the goon, appear, the goon is basically kicking the husband out, and then he falls over. Then the goon walks out. But what was happening is they would just magically just appear in these spaces and then walk out, which looked really kind of weird. And then another time, the squire over here would just like appear and be standing there doing nothing, because I forgot to add a switch that would change her from not existing to existing. The goon was just like hanging out over here, just existed, because again I forgot to add a switch, so he would be in this sort of blank state, not existing, and then he would appear, move the event here, and then walk forward. Which I'm not sure if that's like the smartest way to do it, but it works. So, also I learned that the events do actually have a memory of where they're located. I wasn't sure if that was the case for a while. I was worried that when I was making it, like, the event would always default back to its starting location, but it turns out that indeed that once you move an event to a new location, it treats that as its base location from that on forth. I do believe that can be screwed with. I'm not sure how, but I know I've done it before when I was doing Ryla's introduction, that the character models were teleporting back to their original event starting location. I don't know why, but they were. But this is working. I mean, I move things around as I need to, so I have, name my switches, which makes life easy. So, the wife gets hit, turn that switch on. Wife gets hit. Then when she gets struck, that's what's going to change her over to the next event page of her basically just, being knocked over. And it was surprisingly hard, actually, to find a sprite image of them standing and then being, knocked over. These are, two of the ones that look the closest. But, I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm just having a hard time finding them, but, the husband especially, I thought it would be easy to find. Here he is standing up. You'll notice the hair color changes. It's close enough that, while it's happening, it looks convincing. But when you look at it side by side, you're like, yeah, no, that's a grayish, silverish, blonde. And that's more of a dirty blonde. And then him getting taken away. So, again, it happens fast enough that it's again, it's convincing, it works. But I don't know why I can't find the intended near-death sprite for the standing sprite, but anyways, I've babbled enough. Oh, you already babbled for 21 minutes? Wow, okay. Didn't think I was that good at babbling, but so yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and I gotta have this transfer over to probably just say I'll have it transfer to the open world, and then you can go into the church's territory. Go over to High Command to go meet Mina and Nina, and then take it from there. What else I want to do? I want to add. Ooh, sleepy. Okay. Where was it? Feels neutrality. So we got this blank intro screen here, which is where I'm supposed to have I'm supposed to start, because this plays the intro, like the black screen that says in a world. So we'll just put that there. Okay. So what I want to add to this part is a choice. So after you get done with the intro, so it'll be like, all right, edit, which actually probably wouldn't take too long to do. So blah blah blah. I'll say, unless some other way is found, then a control self switch B gets turned on, and all that means is I don't even need that. I don't even know why that's there. Because this all it does is just says it waits, and then it transfers. I could just have all this on here. None of this is necessary. So yeah, we can just. I mean, never. You know what? Oh, there's no undo. Oh, well, there is technically. Discard it. Yes, it works. I'm not gonna screw with it. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Because yeah, again, that self switch isn't needed. I think the only reason why I did it originally was to make it so that once the switch is on, it won't replay this. It won't get stuck. You'll have no chance of getting stuck in a loop of playing this dialogue again. So yeah, what I want to do now is so the self switch gets turned on, so that then instead it'll not wait 180 frames yet. It'll instead present you with choices. So it'll show text, no face needed. So it'll be choose. I guess it doesn't need to be capitalized. I don't have my keyboard plugged in, so we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. choose starting, of course. Would it be a semicolon or just a colon? I guess let's go with colon. So to do that, so say, hey, choose starting faction. Then it'll show you choices. There is no cancel choice this time, motherfucker. Muhaha. Cancel would just be the union. Be like, nope, you have to decide something. And I guess I could just have to return to main menu, but I'm not sure how to make that happen yet, so we're not going to do that. Well, there's the union. Barbarians. Really, it's the High Church, but we'll just shorten that. I guess it's like a lose game. I don't know what the fourth choice would be. I guess for now we'll just have, you know, like just cancel. For now, that's all we're gonna do. You know, there just should not be. There shouldn't really be a cancel choice. Can I just like not have one and then just set it to be like, look, it's you don't have a choice here, like. So then, choose start fact. So then you choose a union. It'll then. Oh, we have to get rid of this now. Because right now it should also been, it should be a blank screen. I'm not sure if this wait 180 frames is doing anything anymore, but I'm just going to leave it there for the time being. Alright, so when this happens, then we're just going to transfer the player to Ryla's farm. And, you know, when this happens, nope, we're going to transfer the, come on, oh, there we go. Transfer the player to Isa's house. And when this happens, we'll transfer over to Aura's intro. And ta-da! I think. I hope. So now, we should still get our Battle Bames introduction going on here. But now we'll be given a choice after the intro plays out. God, I hope. Good. Okay. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. And then choose starting faction. I get to choose, so let's say, I'm big into symbols and funny hats, so I'm gonna pick the church. Okay, oh god. I thought it wasn't running for a second. I was about to freak out. It's actually working. Oh my god, it is. First try, look at that. Everything seems to be working good. And it's going to loop forever because I haven't done anything about that yet. So yeah, look at that. Woohoo! And that'll be that for now. For this journal is over. I got a lot of work ahead of me, but it's nice to have steady progress. I still get hung up on dialogue. I'll just like get hung up on a sentence for like 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know why, but let's give this a save. And I think it's time for a little bit of a coffee break. That's 950, 144. Just everything works. I can put it on save 1. Everything seems to be working. So just in case, we'll do a double save. Okay. And that's that. Time to go out in the cold and regret my decisions.